Welcome back, everybody. This is another episode of the No Money Real Estate Podcast. And this week, I'm going to do something really special for everybody. We know that the real estate market has changed. There's no doubt about it. Values have gone down. Purchasing and selling, buying and selling of properties has kind of stalled or slowed down. And real estate investors are scrambling right now. Some people are scrambling just to keep properties. Others are scrambling for cash flow. So what I decided to do was to spend a whole week on the podcast and let you in on some secret underground tactics for making real cash in real estate investing. See, the bottom line is, if you want to succeed as a real estate investor, there are 4 fundamental skills that you have to master. There's no way around it. You have to learn how to find undervalued properties. You have to learn how to arrange financing for your property. So capital, the whole idea of capital acquisition. You have to learn how to increase the value of properties. And then you have to learn the art of the exit. Exit means you're either going to sell the property or you're going to refinance it with bank debt so you can keep it for the long term. But mastering these 4 strategies does not have to come from simply buying an apartment building and renting it out. You can master these strategies doing many different things in real estate investing. And right now, I'm going to introduce you to an icon, a dear mentor of mine who runs a major renovation company, and he renovates condos. Talking with Simon Yan, I figured out a strategy that you can use, that he'll help you with, to start making real money fast. And we're going to get into it right after this.
Hey, my name's Kenda, and I'm a real estate investor. I want to welcome you to the No Money Real Estate Podcast. On this show, I'm going to interview elite level real estate investors from all over North America. And I'm going to help you to see one thing that all successful real estate investors have in common. They build their portfolios without using a dime of their own money. I've got a portfolio of $300 million in real estate. That includes resorts, apartment buildings, commercial buildings, and I built the entire portfolio without using a dime of my own money. Real estate is a business that anybody can get into, but the strategies that those tight real estate investors use to build massive portfolios have been kept secret for decades. Now, because of this show, I'm going to reveal them to you. So let's get started.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's good to see you all. Simon Yan, good to see you, brother.
Hi, Ken. Hi, everyone.
So Simon, take a second right now and tell everybody a little bit about your background. I mean, we're going to talk about condo flipping, which is the most bizarre strategy in the world. I didn't even believe, I didn't believe you could actually do this when you first told me about it, but you proved me wrong and you proved yourself right. Tell everybody a little bit about where you got this experience and what your company looks like today.
So about 20 years ago, we started a company that focusing on doing renovations for like big REITs type of company that own hundreds and thousands of buildings across Canada. And from there, we have opportunity to do hundreds of units renovations a year in tight timelines, in specific design and specific package. When a tenant moves out, we go in. And we have about 30 days to complete a unit to have it fully renovation, from demolitions to new framing, drywall, new plumbing, new electrical work, new cabinetry, new flooring, new lighting, you name it. Every single inch of that space would be renovated within 30 days. And we have done thousands of them by now. And it's kind of a little bit of background of where we come from. And through that exercise, we have the opportunity to help some of the investor friends to buy an old dilapidated condo, and then we go in and help them renovate it in a little bit more higher end on the condo side of the world instead of the rental side of the world, and allow them to have big profits in different type of market timing as well. So that's kind of what's kind of all it comes down to in the last couple decades. And it has proven to be strategies that I use personally. My company use it on a daily basis, really, to make additional profit, cash flow in short period of time. So this is a quick introduction per se.
Yeah, for sure. But Simon, like every year, your company, and it's a major corporation, you have an incredible showroom with layouts of cottages already in the Scarborough area. But in addition for the work you're doing for REITs and major apartment building owners, you do condo flips yourself. So you go out and find old dilapidated cottages and you renovate them and sell them again. And I've seen you do these things in as little as 4 months. From the day you own the property, the full renovations, and the sale is closed. On average, when you do a condo flip, how much money, how much cash are you putting in your bank account per condo flip?
On average, I would say 50 to $100,000 is the average amount. I have some that has done as far as like $200,000 and some that only make like $30,000. So when I underwrite the opportunity, I underwrite with a target about 50 to $100,000 in terms of projected profit, based on the number of units I'm doing at that time and based on the market conditions to an extent. And with a statistical average, that's kind of proven to be the accurate kind of range that we always end up with. But there are some that might be higher, some that are lower, but on average, we still see results that comfortably sitting between 50 to $100,000 range.
Now, the other thing that I found really interesting when you started teaching me this strategy is that there's some deep insights that you need to understand about the overall condo market. We've all heard about the negativity happening with condos right now. In Toronto alone, there's over 100,000 units, spec units, meaning people started building the buildings. And when they were ready to be bought by the people who wanted to buy them, the values on condos went down by about 30%. But this doesn't affect your strategy at all. From what you told me, it's because you focus on older buildings. And there's something really unique about the condos in older buildings, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm very fortunate in the sense that my business don't rely on the pre-construction side of the condo market. And more specifically, actually create a unique middle space for my strategies to work very effectively. Because the way I look at it is the market goes like this. The new condo that is selling used to sell like $1,300 a square foot, now more like $800 to $1,000 range right now because of the 30% drop. And then you have those very old, high maintenance fee, possibly even condos that's in throughout Greater Toronto area that was built in the 70s, 80s, that is sitting there and it's being sold at, I think one of the most extreme example recently is sold at like $350 a square foot.
Wow.
So between 1,000, let's say 1,000 and 350, there's a big middle gap inside in between them. And that's the space that I'm very comfortable working with and playing with. So what I do in my strategy is basically buy those 350 per square foot condo, put about $100 onto it per square foot, and then make it 450 and sell it for 650 or 600 even to make a healthy profit.
And the other thing that's really important to understand about this, when you look at condos that were built in the 80s versus condos that were built in 2020, the condos built in the 80s are twice the size. As condos have developed and emerged, they make them smaller, they make them more compact. But what you're looking at is condos that are like a 2 or 3 bedroom condo that's 3 times the size of a new condo, but it's in dilapidated state.
Right.
By the time you put 100 grand in it, that condo now looks as good as a brand new condo with twice or 3 times the living space inside the condo.
I arguably would say that mine looks better than the construction condos. And that is very true because spaciousness of the old condo is nothing to compare to the new condo that we're constructing. The new condo we're constructing now is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I heard two bedroom could be like in the 600 square foot range to make a 2 bedroom apartment. I go, come on, like that sounds like a 1 bedroom apartment that I used to buy 20 years ago.
Right.
In that sense. Now the old dilapidated condo is usually about 1,000 square foot and plus usually, and some even go up to like 1,600 square foot. It's actually could become multi-generational properties as well. So there are some like newer immigrants that comes in with the parents and with the young family. They could actually comfortably stay in a 1,600 square foot condo with like 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom configurations that we can set up for them, and they would be able to enjoy comfortably and have a very safe home for them to develop their new life.
Now, friends listening to this podcast episode or watching it on YouTube, here's the win-win. This is the part that blows my freaking mind. Simon will help you do this. Simon and I and a bunch of other coaches, we run an online real estate investors community called the Investors Growth Syndicate. And for members of the Investors Growth Syndicate, Simon does something that I've never seen another real estate coach in Canada do. Simon will teach you how to go find the best value condos. We're talking condos that you can buy for 300 grand. And then we'll show you how to get 100% of the financing for the condo. But when Simon's showing you how to find the right condos, he's not just showing you what the best value is. He's going to show you how to underwrite the deal. So you can figure out exactly how much money's going to go into it so that you can increase the value. I'll give you one example. We have a member of the Investors Growth Syndicate that just found an old condo, 1,400 square feet on the 6th floor of a building that she's buying for 350 grand. Simon gave her a quote and said, I can renovate this whole condo for you for $80,000. So it was going to cost 300 grand, plus she's borrowing the money to make the interest payment. So it's going to cost her a total of 350 grand. Then 80 grand is what she's going to pay Simon. And Simon's going to take care of all the renovations. But when the condo's finished, it's going to be worth 650 grand. So she's going to sell it. Let's say she gets 580 for it. Simon gets paid. The mortgages are paid off and she walks away with $100,000 in cash. Now, Simon, that's just not one case. You've already done this for several members of the Investors Growth Syndicate, haven't you?
That's right. As a matter of fact, there's one that's finishing up this week. So I look forward to the happy results from it. It's in core Scarborough area here in Toronto.
So if somebody wants to do this with you, all they're really doing is bird dogging the right condos. So they go out and find the condos and then they come to the call and they show you the condo and you say, yes, that one will work. And then you work with them one-on-one to do the underwriting. They pay your company to do the renovations and then they sell the condo.
One way to do it. That's an easy way to do it. If they are very equipped, they can happily to do it themselves. I'll support them either way.
You know what I find really funny about this is last night we did one of our Investors Growth Syndicate community calls and Helena was on the call. And Helena, I know Helena is doing this with you right now. And I was asking her about the numbers and how it was all working out. And you know what she said to me, Simon? She said, the only thing is I feel really bad. And I said, why do you feel really bad? She said, because we're renovating one of our own apartments right now at the same time. And we're so busy with that. And we're always dealing with shit. But with this condo I'm doing with Simon, I haven't done anything. She said, I just went and bought the appliances and brought them over and Simon's people put the appliances in. And I'm going to make about 50 grand for free.
That's the idea.
That's amazing. Well, listen, if there's anybody that's watching this video on YouTube or listening to the podcast and you want to know more information about this, I want you to type "tell me more" in the chat, and I'll send you a link to a video you can watch and learn about getting involved in the Investors Growth Syndicate and how you can get involved in bird dogging. That's what we're going to call it, finding the right condos and getting Simon's help to make you money. Simon, I'm really excited you could take a few minutes and join me on the show today. Any final thoughts? If somebody's going to go out and start looking for the right condos, what are some of the things you want them to keep in mind as they're looking?
Pink carpets, ugly wallpapers, stinky rooms. I mean, those are often very comfortable candidates for condo flipping. The uglier it looks, the longer it has been on the market without being able to sell, those are truly amazing candidates for buying of this strategy. In addition to it, just look around your circle. I guarantee you there are like 10 people living in a condo that they might be potential. Some of them may even be potential of upsizing or downsizing or considering retirement. So there's tons of opportunity. Just keep your eyes open. I think it's just opportunity is more than you think.
Awesome. Simon, thanks for joining me today. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, Ken, having me.
So friends, listen, if you're a real estate investor and you're looking to make more money in your portfolio and you're trying to figure out how do you create capital, there is a rock solid strategy that absolutely works. And if you want to know more information about joining the Investor Syndicate and getting Simon's help to make cash flipping condos, all I want you to do is to type "tell me more" in the comments of this show, and I'll send you a link to a video where you can watch the video and you can book an appointment to talk to me directly about getting started in the Investors Growth Syndicate. One last thing, if you appreciate and enjoy the content that we're creating, I want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're listening to this podcast on one of the podcast channels, make sure that you give us that 5-star review. That encourages us to keep providing this amazing information for you.